Shark, who the is that?
But with Tanya, shit hard.
Hi, this is Crystal Renee from the 90 Day Podcast, and my next guest is Anasha Nance. And
Hey!
and Anasha is into nails. She does nails, y'all. So
Yes.
tell me, what inspired you to want to become a nail artist?
So, every time I went and got my nails done, I would leave out of the salon paying over $100.
Wow.
And I was getting the most simplest stuff, and I honestly just got tired of it. And for a while, I've been interested in learning how to do nails just because I like to do art, I like to draw, I like to do a lot of stuff. And I was like, I always want to do nails. So when if you didn't know, I had a breast reduction. And I was home for like 4 months out of work. And, I was speaking to my boyfriend. I was like, I think I should just start it. I should just go ahead and start it. So he helped me get the supplies. I can't do nothing else. So I'm sitting at the table, I'm just practicing. And I started in my room. And I'm just sitting here practicing. And I was like, I want to start doing clients' nails because I want to be able to provide more for your money,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and I just keep trying to push through it, just trying to get in. I'm still trying to get into it, It's not easy navigating into the nail business just because so many people are
Right, yes. You have a lot of competition.
I do have a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Everybody brings something different,
Yeah, and that is my next question. So you're very creative when it comes to art design, and like you said, I believe each designer has their own special gift about them that people love, because if they didn't, people wouldn't come back. So what would you bring different about you as a designer?
So basically, I'm more so focused on the experience you get when you come to me, Because I'm still navigating, I'm still learning, I'm still trying to figure out what am I good at with nails. A lot of people are good at doing your French tips, a lot of people are good at doing this manicures, a lot of people are good at other stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I just want to create an experience. So I'm starting. If you book with me Saturdays or Sundays, you'll be able to get unlimited mimosas when you come to me. I have goodie bags that I give out to my clients. And I just, I have good vibes, good music, doing your nails, we talk, we create an experience with each other, create a relationship with each one of my clients independently. So that's why I believe a lot of people do come back to me, just because they like the experience that I give them when they're with me.
Well, something that you hit on, you said you offer goodie bags, and I don't think I don't think any nail shop that I went to, and I'm not really a nail person, but I've gone to a few nail places that I did get my nails done. No one ever gave me a goodie bag.
Yeah, no. So I've noticed it's more of our at-home nail tech who gives goodie bags. Like I said, you try to create an experience when somebody comes. So when you come to me and when you leave my shop, I give you a small little hand scrub, just like aftercare for your nails. A hand scrub, a little thing with cuticle oil, so a file, a cuticle pusher, brushes to clean under your nails. Just try to keep the upkeep of your nails, because the more you do, the easier it makes my job also. I don't have to worry about coming and soaking off your nails because your nails are dirty and I can't work over that. So it helps you and it helps me,
Right, and I think that keeps people coming back, don't you think?
Yeah, most definitely does.
Wow.
They can't wait to see what they get. And I've seen a lot recently, for different holidays, Easter. I didn't do it this Easter, but most next Easter I'm definitely gonna do it. My fellow nail techs, they'll offer little Easter eggs, and inside the Easter egg is a coupon. Everything's different. You either get a free set this time or 25% off your next set, $5 off a set, and it's just a lottery, but you don't have to pay for it because you're already coming to get your nails done. And like you just have to make an experience for your clients, you know?
Wow, that is
Yeah.
awesome. So what?
Yeah, you have to give them a reason to keep coming back.
So what is your clientele like now? Is it growing? Like, yeah, go ahead.
It's growing slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Like any business you start, it takes time.
Yes, it
really
does.
And it takes dedication. You have to post. You have to advertise yourself. Because if you don't do it, nobody else will. You know.
Yes.
You have to work for yourself. You have to believe in yourself. So there's like every February, I had a very busy month. I had new clients, but I was seeing a lot of people coming to me. And then when March came, it was still kind of busy, but towards April, it started to slow down because like my people that I usually do, their nails already done, and I don't have no new people coming in. So you constantly always have to think of like, how can I bring somebody in? I'll put a sellout that gets people in, I'll put this flyer out that gets people in. I also told people like I post my I post my stuff certain places, and I'm like, if you inbox me and say that you found me through this site, you get 20% off your set that you're coming to get. Like you just always have to try to figure out how to bring people in. It's all about strategizing, psychology. It's about all of that.
Okay, so do you consider this a hobby or is this a pathway to a new career for you?
I consider it as both. So, I look at it as of right now as a career path, but it's not something that I know I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be 45 years old sitting inside of a nail chair. I don't want to do that. But I want to be able to have a space that I created just off of those nails. So one of my long-term goals is I want to open up a beauty bar. Mm-hmm. And basically you get your nails, pedicure, manicures, lashes, hair, waxes, everything done in one spot.
Oh wow! So Go ahead. So how did college help you with your business plan, with all this, with the beauty bar and your vision of the beauty bar?
So college, it helped me realize I don't want to work for nobody.
Okay.
And that's what it helped me realize. And this is, a lot of people's opinions are different. A lot of old school people's opinions are different. But currently I'm not in college right now. I went to a different career path. I am in real estate school as we speak. But I realized, like, college is a big brainwash. That's what a lot, like, it's a touchy subject because some people think completely different. But me being in it and me talking to my other people that are in college, my friends, it's like once you're in it, you see it differently than when you're in high school wanting to be in it. So, like, you start to, like, when I first went in, I wanted to be a nurse. I've been wanting to be a nurse for years. Mm-hmm. But I realized I wanted to do that just because that's all I knew.
Right.
So once you get into a place where you're around all these different people, they all go in different career paths than you, you start to realize, like, oh, that's a cool career path. What is this? Let me research it. Or, oh, this is cool. And then also social media, since COVID happened, a lot of people have been posting like, a lot of different ways to make money that a lot of people don't focus on. So I've stumbled over real estate, and I'm like that. I love houses. I love watching like the flip house channels and all this extra stuff. And I'm like, I would really like to do that, and that has a potential of really building your brand and building your business. You could potentially make a good life off of that.
Oh yes, you can. You can.
So college basically, it just prepared me. It was kind of preparing me for the outside world and trying to figure out how corporate life is. Because really, college is a lot of corporate stuff, mm-hmm. A lot of healthcare, businesses, this and that. But they always prepare you to get a degree so you can work under somebody else.
Okay, so you're still in real estate. You're still in real estate school now. Would you be graduating soon?
Yeah. So my final is June 14th, I believe. And then after that, I have to wait a month for me to get my certificate and stuff. And then after that, I go to the state and I take my PSI test. Then I have to take a state test and a national test. Once I pass those, I get my real estate license, and then I start looking for a broker because Even though you're a real estate, you make your own. I was basically like an independent contractor. I make my own hours. I do whatever I want. But I have to be under somebody as of right now until I'm able to obtain my broker's license. So people can work under me. And that's also another long-term goal. And with real estate, that's like I'm 22 years old. I still learning. I'm still bouncing around a lot. But my main goal is, like I said, have that beauty bar and I also want to own property so I can lease them. People can rent them and like be a property owner. And just I want to have a lot of different properties to make money for me.
Right.
I don't like working. I don't like working a 9 to 5. I hate it. I don't like working for nobody. I don't like being told what to do. So I'm trying to make my own avenue here for me to figure out what I need to do.
Right.
And you know me for a while. You know I don't like being told what to do. I don't like it. Like I just don't like other people feel like they control me. I want to control myself. I want to control everything around me. So even though I can't, but like I want to be in charge of myself. You know.
Right.
So and I've always been like that.
So it's nothing wrong with having 7 strands of income. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think you're heading to a great path because once you find, by you being in real estate, you're going to find that perfect building for your beauty bar. You're going to find that perfect building. And then, on top of that, you're going to build up your clientele because you're intimate with, you're in the world, you're in a job where you're in a good place of meeting people constantly. And then in the real estate and in the nail business. And then once you in the real estate business and you're a talker anyway, you love to talk. And once they see how pleasant and how smart and educated and how intelligent you are, and once they look at you, once they go to shake your hand and they see how beautiful your nails are and they say, oh my God, your nails are so beautiful. Where do you go to get your nails did? And
I do that myself. Oh, I love saying that. I do. I love saying that. Like I remember I walked into work the other day and we had a new girl and I do nails but I also make press-ons. I just started making press-ons.
Oh.
So I had my press-ons on and she was like, oh my God, I love your nails. Who did them? I looked her straight in the eyes. I do them myself. Here's my social media. And she was like, yes, you have to do my nails. I love your nails. And it's like, it's all about networking and socializing with people. That's how you get yourself out there, you know?
Absolutely.
So, and I love getting recognition for my work, and I work hard for it, you know?
Okay, so right now, where do you do your nails at? Are you in a salon right now, or do you have like your own little establishment under somebody else, or?
No, so right now I am in my mother's dining room, and she's trying to kick me out. So I have like my own little setup because the dining room was big enough to have like another table in here. So I have my own little setup. I have my nail table, my station, everything is like a corner in my dining room right now. But I'm supposed to be going to Georgia. I'm hoping we're going to Georgia where my sister is. And, you know, her and her wife, they have a suite because, you know, Ashley does makeup. And if anybody doesn't know, my sister, they are a photographer and a makeup artist. And Georgia, they work with celebrities and stuff. And they have their own suite. And my plan is their suite is big enough. But we do want to get a bigger suite because also my sister has her clothing line. So I would hopefully be moving into a suite so I can have my own nail studio. So I won't have to be in somebody's house and stuff. People come to the studio, do your nails there, and then like again have a great experience instead of that space, you know? Get to design it how I want, have whatever I want in there, and it's gonna make it it's gonna be a really nice transition. I can't wait for it.
And you know what? You tapped onto something earlier where you said, you talked about school and college and not college is not for everyone, which I agree. College is not for everyone. So with that being said, what would you say to people in your peers who are trying to figure out what their passions are, what advice would you give them?
Oh gosh. So I'm 22 right now, and when you're younger, you think as soon as you get 21, you're in college, you're supposed to have everything together. And I feel like with my generation, we stress that a lot, and it stresses us out. And we just really have to realize, like, we're not supposed to have it together. We're still figuring it out. And as I'm getting older, I realize all the older people that's around me, they're in their 40s and close to their 50s now, they still don't have it together.
Mm-hmm.
They're still figuring out life. So all I can really say is just keep pushing. Stuff's going to get you down. They're going to switch from this thing to another thing. You're going to have people around you saying, oh my God, you keep bouncing around stuff. You need to figure out what you want to do. But that's the problem. They stuck to one thing because that's what they knew how to do. And now they're older and they're trying to figure out what else to do. What else is there? You have to explore all of your options. Figure out what you love. You can love 3 things and you do them all 3 and you're great at it. You don't always have to listen to, well, this is what I did. You don't have to listen to it. That's that person. That's what works for that person. That's not going to work for you.
Right.
And I also had to realize that because, again, I'm surrounded by people that said, oh, you should do this, or are you sure you want to do that? That's kind of hard to get into. You have to do this, you have to do that. And I'm like, I want to work towards it. That's what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is how I feel like I'm going to be successful in life. Not sitting behind a desk or running around a hospital or a nursing home. Like, that's not what I want to do.
Right.
So I'm taking this, like, nothing is going to, we're not going to get any change if you don't take a leap of faith. So right now, I'm taking a leap and I'm just jumping into something and I'm praying to God that it works out. And I'm going to work hard again.
And that's what it takes. And that's the advice you would give to someone of your peer. You have to take a leap of faith.
Yeah, just go for it. Like, you're young, just go. Like, you have so much time to make mistakes. And hopefully we have that time. You know, because we're only here for as long as God allows us to be here. But I always say never think of tomorrow, think about right now, you know? Think about right now. Like, people be like, oh, I have to save this money, this and that. I'm like, I like to save money, but if I want something I want to do it, I'm going to do it. Because I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow.
Yes.
So I missed out on something because I was thinking about tomorrow when I don't even know tomorrow's going to come.
Yes.
So you just have to jump for it. And at this age, it's very, very confusing. It's very confusing at this age because you have your parents who came from a different generation and their moms kicked them out when they were 18. You know, I'm 22 years old and I'm living at home and I'm looking at it as I'm saving money. I don't gotta pay bills. I don't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is figure out my life. And that's where a lot of people struggle at because they don't have parents that's allowing them to do that.
Right.
So you really just gotta, and you just gotta think about yourself. People may think you're selfish, you're this, you're that. You gotta think about yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else will.
And they thought peer pressure was bad.
It is peer pressure. They say, oh, you need to do this. They're constantly telling you you're not grown because you don't have this and that. And you're not taking care of yourself. You still live at home. Yeah, I'm living at home, but I'm working on becoming something bigger than any of y'all could think of.
Right. And the reason why I say because they thought peer pressure was bad because, you know, like you said, your parents come from was raised in one era of life, and then you're living in this generation of life, you know, so the expectations are definitely different and to what you want, and so it's not like you're trying to please anyone but yourself, and to try to make your parents see your vision can somewhat be a little difficult sometimes. Because
that's another thing. Don't focus on letting somebody see your vision, because that's going to stress you out. Don't focus on that. Just do what you got to do.
Just do what you got to do.
They'll understand when you get to your end goal. Oh, now I see what you're doing. Oh, it worked out. Yes, it worked out because I worked hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is like, they're gonna see you down a lot. You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. But it's because you're working towards something hard. You think Steve Jobs always had money? No. You think he didn't have people going around him telling him, "Oh, this is out of your reach. You need to focus on getting you a job so you can make money now." He said, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna focus on what I have the dream to do. Now look at him."
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And it's like, and I've also been seeing around. I don't know if you've seen it, but they've had all these like little articles talking about, oh, this generation doesn't want to work. It's not the reason this generation doesn't want to work. I've been to places. They're like, oh, we're short-staffed right now. Sorry, we can't do this. Nobody really wants to work right now. And it's because I be getting emotional talking about this because I'm so passionate. But it's because we're realizing there's so much more than to work under somebody. There's so many avenues of businesses that you can start. And I'm really happy to say that my generation is like that generation who's starting their businesses, that's getting their LLCs, that's doing what they need to do to create generational wealth. They're breaking generation curses that's been implanted on us since slavery. You know?
Yes. Yes.
So it's a good time to be here right now. And like I said, it's hard, it's confusing, but it's rewarding in the end.
You know, I have to thank Mark Zuckerberg for even creating a Facebook and allowing people like myself, people like you, and others to have their own platform, to even show their talents and help them to become entrepreneurs. You know, if it wasn't for social media growing as great as it is, we wouldn't, I don't think we would be evolving in great talents as we are now.
Yeah, social media is a big thing right now. Mm-hmm. And it helps a lot. It helps with your business. It helps with your face out there.
Yeah, and it helps with your portfolio too, because all you have to do is just click on that button and print all your stuff off Instagram or whatever you have it saved under, and there you go. And you could save all the comments that people had made and put them in a big binder. And yeah, because I made a scrapbook.
You going back old school a little bit. We got online portfolios now.
But with me, I made a scrapbook. And even though I could still do it on social media, but to me, I want it to be more personal, so that if I'm laying in bed and I don't want to pull out my phone, I wanted something more tangible, more hands-on, where even if I have a guest over, I could say, just by entertaining them, just pull it out and here, look at this. Because with social media, you have to look up this, you have to pull up, you want to pull up certain articles, where in your scrapbook, I have everything that I wanted to be printed out, to be viewed. I have it all in one scrapbook. Yeah, so, I had just recently, just Friday, I went to an event called Pen for Profit.
Okay.
And while there, I got up and we had to write down certain things about us. And I stood up and I said who I was, Crystal Renee, and I started my podcast, 90 Day Podcast, and that I'm working on a new pilot, and that will be launched June 5th. And I'm telling them a little bit about myself. Well, it was about 30 people there. Day one when I attended, it was about 30 plus people there. And during the whole time I was there, maybe 5, 6 people came up to me and they said, I heard you on the radio. I heard you on the radio, and that made me feel so
That's so
good.
rewarding. That's so rewarding.
Yes. And I said, I could imagine how maybe that artist felt when he heard his first song or rap or whatever on the radio, or when somebody seen their first movie on TV. You know what I'm saying? It's that feeling
Yeah.
that you get. You be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know, that they
You know,
imagine me.
I had one of those recently. So my mom had made me, so you know, like the nail stuff, it smells. So she made me bring it upstairs in my room to start taking my clients. So I'm starting to get it was like one of my busy months. I started getting my clients, and she's like, "Oh, you need to move that downstairs." I'm like, "What?" I thought you want me to have it up here. She said, "Oh, I thought you was just doing friends and stuff. I didn't know you really had like people coming to the house." And that made me feel rewarded because I'm like, you thought that it was just like a little thing I was trying out. You didn't think that I was so serious about it, you know?
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, we can't have all the people coming upstairs over where our head at, so just bring it back downstairs. And I took my desk and I brought it right downstairs. Like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna be at because I got people coming to the house. I got all you don't know nobody. These are all people that's just finding me online and telling me that they want to work with me because they like what they see. You know?
Right.
And that was a little rewarding for me.
Well, let me tell you, when I seen your nails photographs on Facebook, on social media, I had to reach out to you because they were phenomenal. You did an excellent job. You did an excellent job. And
Thank you.
I know, because you went to school, you was going to school in, was it Baltimore?
Yeah, I went to Cochran State University, HBCU.
Now, I know each state has its own little swagger when it comes to, you know, techniques. So did you pick up any little creative swaggers down there when it comes to different techniques that you might want to, because right now you're back in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So did you pick up anything that you might want to just say, I'm going to bring that up here in Connecticut and try this out?
Actually, I honestly I didn't because the area that I was at, they kind of stressed not to go out too much. So I really stayed on campus.
Oh, okay.
But what I did gain from that experience was I went to HBCU. So just being surrounded by a lot of successful Black people. That gave me a lot of courage and confidence. That's what that gave me. And like even now I stress to all my cousins, like, go to HBCU, go to HBCU. It's gonna and people be like, oh, don't go to HBCUs because it's not as diverse. You need to learn how to work in white America. And I'm like, no, I don't. I am Black, I am me, and this is how I am. And me going to HBCU made me really embrace my Blackness.
Wow.
I'm not ashamed. I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna be me. I'm not gonna change up how I act just because I'm in a room full of white people, you know?
Right.
And it's like, it's different. And like, you learn how to become educated and how you speak and how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm still a Black woman.
Right.
You know, I still wear my braids. I have my locks in my head right now, you know?
Right.
So that's what that gave me. A lot of experience. That experience gave me confidence of who I am.
Wow. I am loving it. You continue to keep up the good work. Continue to stay motivated. When you get your real estate license, definitely hit me up so that we can have you back on the 90-day podcast, because this is a podcast is all about setting goals, and you have your goals already set. And I am so proud of you and all of your success.
Thank you.
And you got your head on straight. Oh my God, I got to give you some kudos for that.
Thank you.
Yes,
it took me a long way to figure it out. And like I said, you know me for a long time. I figured it out.
Well,
I'm
you know
still
what? Like you said, you have grown-ups who are a lot older than you who are still out there trying to figure it out.
Yes,
Who
they
are
are.
still out there trying to figure out what they want to do in life and still
Mhm.
haven't decided on what they want to do. And I'm so glad that you decided and you kind of like figured it out at the age of 22 and you have your dream set. You know what you want to do. You already have it in, I would say, beast mode because you're doing it.
Mhm.
You're
Yes,
doing it. You're
yes.
putting it into
Definitely in
action.
beast mode right now. Definitely in beast mode right now. I'm trying to make it. I want to live nice.
Well, you know
Right,
what? You
good
headed
life.
towards the right direction. You is headed towards
Thank
the
you.
right direction. Well, listen, it was a pleasure having you on the 90-Day Podcast. Keep up all your success. And don't forget to follow up with the 90-Day Podcast when you get your license because we want to hear all about it.
I will be back. I will be back.
Okay. Well,
Thank you for having me.
no problem. My guest here is Anasha. And Anasha, do you want to say anything in closing? You want to give out your Instagram, your social media contacts so that people can follow you regarding your nail salon so that, you know.
Yes, of course, of course. So on Instagram, you guys can find me at Nasha Nails House _ and that's on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find me. I believe my name is just Anasha Nance. I'm pretty sure on the post, Crystal, I have her post how to exactly spell it. And those are my two main platforms that I use right now. I do have a TikTok that I'm trying to get back active on. I'm not that active on social media, guys. I'm trying to become active on social media. But on TikTok, my name is Nailed by Nasha _ And thank you guys for having me today and listening to my podcast.
I'm so happy to have you. And again, stay positive, stay safe, and thank you for being on the 90-Day Podcast. This is Crystal Renee and saying good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You want a drink, Alec, while you wait?
Fire shark. Who the f is that?
Yo, Tanya, shit hard.